Welcome, Leo, to your reading for September 2025. Can you believe it's September? September comes and then before you know it, it's Christmas. I say that every year, but it's just the time. It just gets quicker and quicker every year. So, Leo, what's happening for you? Let's not waste any time. We're looking at your general energy, your opportunity, your challenge, your unforeseen events, and your advice. I'm using Tarot of the New Vision, and I'm clarifying with the Lost Hollow deck. So in your general energy, we have the Lovers. Some of you, Leo, this could be a relationship reading, possibly. It's not something I like to focus on generally, but whatever this is, there is a general energy for some of you that you're putting some focus into a relationship. It doesn't have to be an intimate relationship. It could be a friendship. It could be it could be a family relationship. It could even be a work relationship. Whatever this is, there's a general energy of either you putting effort into something, or there's just the general feeling, or there's time spent with people that you do have high regard for. In your opportunity is Death in reverse. This is about understanding that you may have thought at some point, Leo, that this was now, you're getting to the verge of ending the end of something and the beginning of something new. But actually, that's not the case. And I think you're seeing things differently. I think that there's an opportunity here for you to realise that this chapter isn't done. There's more. There's more to this chapter, and you're willing to experience it or be a part of it. The Three of Swords is in your challenge. So what this means to me is that probably the thing you've been trying to let go of, or the thing you've been trying to avoid, is something that has been difficult, painful, hard to accept, and that's what you've been trying to avoid, Leo. It feels like you've just been saying, well, I'm over it, I'm done, thank you, I don't need to think about it anymore, end of, close the chapter, walk away. But no matter how many times you tell yourself that, it doesn't make it real. And I think that that's what this is about. I think that you know that you still have some healing to do, and the challenge here is to get through that difficulty in order for you to move on. I do think that that first card, the Lovers card, is about someone is around you who's supporting you. They're there for you. And again, I don't feel it is something intimate. For some of you it might be, but someone is helping you, guide you through it without putting too much pressure on you, or actually without putting any pressure on you is what I get. The Death card in reverse can also be Scorpio. I'll just put that up there just in case there's someone, for some of you, that you have had, that this heartbreak card is about a Scorpio from your past, just in case. The Knight of Swords in reverse is in your unforeseen events, which is interesting because this could also indicate, no, I tell a lie, it wouldn't indicate a Scorpio because it would have to be an air sign. What this does indicate is no longer feeling like you are acting impulsively. So being a Leo, you may have in the past just not even thought about wanting to get something off your chest, going back and telling someone how you feel, about how they've made you feel, about how hurt you've been, or whatever this is. This card is actually saying you don't do that. You may want to, you may feel it, you may have impulsively done that before, but this time you realize that actually it doesn't serve any purpose. In fact, it probably gives them the advantage by you doing that, and you take a step back. And I like this. I think it's good. It's putting yourself in control. it's not anything to do with someone else. This is about you, Leo. This is about you doing what's right for you. I hope that makes sense. And then in your advice is the Chariot. The Chariot is always about moving forward. It's about looking forward and continuing on with knowing that you're doing the right thing, and that you don't have to look back and start thinking, am I doing the right thing? Have I forgotten anything? Is this right? The Chariot is a card of confidence and forward momentum. So let's clarify. So the Lovers is clarified by the Hermit reversed and the High Priestess reversed. I feel like to a certain extent there has been an energy with you, Leo, of just wanting to be left alone, wanting people to, I'm fine, leave me alone, you know, I don't need your help, you know, it's that kind of thing. But the Hermit in reverse is also actually knowing that that's not true, is you don't actually want to be alone. You want to feel some sense of validation and acceptance, to know that you're doing the right thing, but no one can tell you that. You know that. You can only feel that yourself. No one can tell you if this is the right thing or what you're feeling is right. Only you can do that. The High Priestess in reverse is almost a fear of wanting to know what you truly feel. And that's what both these cards are actually saying, is like, if I'm left to my own devices or I'm left alone for too long, I'll actually start understanding what I really want, or I'll start feeling what I really know. And you're afraid of that for some reason. The Death card in reverse is clarified by the Eight of Cups reversed, and the Tower reversed. So exactly what I was saying, you thought it was time to move on, you decided that chapter was done, and the Eight of Cups in reverse is the reversal of that energy. It's having made a decision and then going, actually this doesn't feel right, let's just have a rethink. And the Tower in reverse, thank goodness you did, because if you hadn't have done that, you would have been walking out of what you thought was something that no longer served you into something that would have been a potential disaster. It's almost like an impulsive action of just like, avoid that, shut that out, go to something else as a distraction. But whatever that distraction had been, would have been 100% the worst move you could have made. But you change your mind because I think you feel that it's wrong. The Three of Swords is clarified by the Empress reversed and the Ace of Cups reversed. So definitely there's something here which caused you pain, and emotional pain. The Ace of Cups in reverse is a lost love, possibly, or something. It's that very thin line between love and hate, I will say that. Someone that you probably invested your time in. Again, doesn't have to be an intimate relationship. It could be a friend, it could be a family member that you now realise took advantage of you or is not what you thought, and your instant reaction is, how dare you use my feelings. But I don't think they did. That's the thing. I think you just allowed yourself to believe something that wasn't true. The Empress in reverse is also it's almost like whatever this was, Leo, was something that you put a lot of time and energy into because you believed you were helping someone. is what I sense. But maybe you thought you were helping someone, but the underlying reason for that was something else. That's all I'll say about that, okay? The Knight of Swords reversed is clarified by the Strength card and the Page of Cups reversed. So here's the good thing. Here's the Strength card, which is you. This is your card in tarot. This is you at your finest, at your best. As I said, usually you would have, without thinking, reacted spontaneously and impulsively and said things that maybe you regret or maybe you don't regret, but whatever it was that you could have done or said would not have made you feel better, that's for sure. And as I said, there's a change of the way you react to this is very different. You stop, you think, you do the right thing, and here's your card, Strength, you at your best. And then we have the Page of Cups reversed. And this is knowing that no one else will benefit. What's the word? How do I put this? That simple action or change of heart or decision, as I said, can only ever benefit you and make you proud of who you are. No one else will see it. No one else will come along and praise you for it. No one else will know about it. You will. But that is the strongest energy you could possibly have right now. The Chariot in your advice is clarified by the Three of Swords reversed and the Page of Cups. So it's almost like just that one gesture is enough for you to understand that that's what all you needed for you to move on with confidence, which is what the Chariot is about. And the Three of Swords in reverse is now coming to a time where you can say, okay, I'm ready to actually heal from this. I'm ready to recover. I'm ready to give myself the time, energy, space to love myself again. And the Page of Cups is also the energy of being vulnerable. You know, this is about you giving yourself enough value to say that it's okay to not be strong and fiery and impenetrable. It's okay to be vulnerable and show your softer side, if that makes sense. But this isn't about you showing the world your softer side. It's about you accepting that side to yourself and understanding that you have got some healing to do, and that's okay. So let's do your oracle. And we're doing a postcard from Spirit for September. Bring you a much needed message from Spirit. Let's see. And it says, "Dearest you, isn't it amazing how things seem to come around again? Full circle, in ways you could not possibly have planned. You wonder how a dream could die only to be resurrected years later when you're really ready. You thought it was time back then, but your wisdom knows better than your small self, whose desires are unmet. Now here you are with a new opportunity to do things from a different, more mature perspective. We want you to trust that in this new opportunity for rebirth, you will be called in two directions, and the one that is unfamiliar will be the right one. In the unknown spaces, the uncharted places of infinite potential, we are waiting to guide you into your fullest life. Big bounty will come if you remain in the present. You have come full circle, and now you can see that everything changes, is made new, and is given new hope. Loving you always. That's just what you needed to hear, Leo. So take that message with my love and with the love of Spirit. And thank you, as always. Thank you for your love, your support, your encouragement, and your engagement that I return to you tenfold. I'll see you next time. Enjoy the journey.